I just flipped through and picked a story to read, and it's going to be a story about Shane. When I compare what I have went through with his human experience, I can't complain. My problems are mental. This I know. I work on them, and there isn't anyone who is perfect. I want to make sure that I am calm. I am so nervous to talk to him, trying my best to be who he liked in Twin Valley. If it doesn't work out, I don't want to crumble into the sea. I have high hopes that it will. I have high hopes that it will. If he at all is holding on to feelings, I would put everything down and focus on him. I am healed. Mentally, I am strong, and I want to help Shane get on his feet. Shane would help me. He would hold me accountable and he would watch me and make sure I'm not slipping. I do slip, and the illness is hard to manage. My war is inside. There, there That's where my battle has been. He said I had no idea what roaches crawling on my food is like. My childhood, so when he didn't want to be in prison, and when he talks mostly about the food, which is why I made a prison video about food, because it's awful what they feed prisoners, and it's just unacceptable. There's enough resources in the world that everyone should have access to healthy available food, because and we need to push for that, because controlling food controls the minds of the people, so have power over food. My childhood is one of the wild hoods because I'm a rapper, you know. But I've always eaten. You can tell. Make my own jokes. When I was growing up, we were we were middle class, so we didn't get food stamps, and food was hard to come by because there was a lot of us, so we ate a lot, and my mom often relied on food pantry supplies to feed us. So I grew up and worked at a company that provided that worked on food equality, and I felt it was like on me, like God's calling on me to work on food equality, and now my focus is food equality in prisons. There were there were sometimes bugs in the food that I wrote. There was one time my mom opened a box of mac and cheese, and it was the only box of mac and cheese that we had, and it was the only food that she was able to feed me, and it had bugs in it. And I just remembered my mom in that moment, and her being like, this is the lowest moment of my life. And I had moments like that as a mother too, and you just fight to provide for your children, specifically food and housing and clothing and those things. When I'm schizophrenic and I just give up on my income that provides me the life that I need, it's terrifying, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And if it wasn't for help and support from my family, I don't know where I would be in this life. But my focus is keeping a strong mind and a solid work ethic, so that way I can continue to earn and make money for myself, because I want to travel and things, and I need money. So I'm posting so much to try to event to get out there, and maybe the videos get to somebody, and I'll pop off and make millions of dollars and be the next Elon Musk. Launch like Amazon and Marvel and stuff. You know what I mean? I do know what hunger is like. It's been a long time, but I am not sheltered. My mind is healed, and those are long ago scars. Compared to his hard life, my life has been beautiful. I thought about it, and that's all I do is think about everything he said. I wanted it to be better, fix myself, and one day I will. One day I will be well enough for anyone. Shane was having a bad day. It's just a bad situation. Years talking without touch was going to make me cry. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to experience it. He is who I want under my blanket, making me warm, making me feel better, feel his thumping heart. Most of what Shane writes to me is private, otherwise I would share. I haven't reread his messages with my new clear head. He is so kind, and I would be lucky to have him. And in my hope, I hope that that's what he did. Not reaching out was my protection, and missing Shane would have hurt. Him just not being an option was best. What I want most is to settle with him. Him to see me and know that I love him more than anyone could. How I would take care of him. What I want is to know is what I want to know is how has it been? Sucking, I'm sure. Make small talk, waiting to get to the kiss part of the movie. When we see each other and it's time. When I want to talk to him, I can't because the app isn't working. I got him a letter and hopefully he receives it well. I want to get married and grow old, nothing dramatic. I love Shane, you have no idea. I just know he is the one. It's all I think about. And now I know he thinks about me, and it's all I could want. Crawl into his bed and make our home warm. Grow older in our shared life and build for one another. Cooking him meals and scratching his back. There I would be, staring into his exhausted eyes, and think, how could I make your life better? Shane was always right when he said, Shane was also right what he said to me. I was different. I wasn't myself. Jacob yelled at me too. Everyone did. It's sad when everyone looks at you and you are gone. Shane loves me, this I know. He must get to know me again, and I am back, normal self. I want to get to know him. All I want is to experience this life I have with someone. I know there is always someone better. There is no one that would give him the love he needs like I would. I do whatever he wants. I am brand new from the box, and I hope he likes what he's getting for Christmas, a nice hotel and a bottle of whiskey. We just talk like we did in Twin Valley. My story is boring compared to his, and I don't want to listen to my story anymore. I want to tell his story. He has struggled for his entire life. He needs a break, and I am his break. I would do anything for him. Apologies for who I was when I'm not myself. My eyes go away and I can't talk. Communicating with Shane is easy. He loves me so he's always comes back. He always gives me long messages. I love that. I need that. I'm either too much or not enough when it comes to my words. It's easy to tell him that I do love him. It's been almost 2 years since we've met. It's been 2 years since Twin Valley, and I hope I am not nervous, that I look okay, that I say the right thing, look at his smile, and know it's all mine. There's a picture of him smiling. It's with another girl. He loved her, and we talked about love. I was delusional about Alex. So, backstory. We'll just pause there. Backstory about Twin Valley. So, um, the congressman whose name is Alex, which he doesn't really probably want to be on my platform, so I'm not going to talk about him too much. But when I went to, he saved my life, and I believe he keeps up with Stacy. He saved my life, even though he didn't say anything back, which I feel in my energy that he regrets not talking to me, but I told him not to. I said, I have so much to say to you. Do not say anything back. Because he's a congressman. I snapshot stuff and post it on the internet when I'm crazy, deranged, schizophrenic. And I have a fan following, so people are like, Stacy, shh, what are you saying? You can't say these things. I don't know what I'm saying. If it looks incoherent and deranged, it's because I am. Boom, 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 boom. So, Alex, the congressman, I'll say the congressman because that's his stage name. The congressman offered me a job to work with his mom because he knew I was kind of aimlessly roaming around like a crazy schizophrenic, um, writing my books, living within poverty limits to see what life is like, and it's hard, and I didn't want to ever be in poverty ever again. Um, but I had to experience what that was like, and that's what I was doing. Is I thought I was a journalist for poverty, so I decided not to have a career and live just kind of aimlessly going around, and it was hard for me to work. So he saw me at the fair and was like, hey, why don't you go work for my mom? And I happened to live across the street when my friend Courtney's mom offered let me live with her because I was homeless. So I didn't have a car, so I was walking back and forth from the coffee shop, just kind of living on my $11 an hour life. When Danny got sick, they gave me more money so that way I could live because I couldn't live on that wage, and I wanted to make sales and coffee shop my career, and he was my buddy, and I was like, you're getting older and you probably are going to inherit this and you need to franchise this. So I'm always team franchise. Where I used to work at, I won't say the name because it's a public platform, but I felt like they could write the handbook and franchise into little huts, because people choose them for their primary coffee supply, and there's a lot of new coffee in town, but they're the main coffee shop, and they're very good at what they do, and I wanted to kind of learn the skill. I didn't want to be in a leadership position because I'm not mentally able to lead, but I can be a leader when I'm having good seasons of my life, which is what my old boss always highlighted in me. But I texted him a bunch of crazy stuff, and I have a lot of dreams about him. Um, and at Twin Valley, I talked to Shane a lot about him because I thought that Alex had took over the clues for Jesse, and he was the one now telling me that he loves me in the radio, because I thought the music industry was involved in the Hillsborough class of 2008, class of 2009 love story sagas Stacy was writing, and they were giving me songs and clues and industry clues, and Alex wanted to be part of it, and he basically told me, like, I know what's going on with you and Jesse is real. I'm like, yeah, it's real. And he was like, well, I want to play. And I was like, I will, let me tell you all of my suppressed emotions for you. So I confessed my love for him and told him all kinds of stuff, which is all real. Like, I really did love him. When I was a little girl, he wanted to be the president of the United States, and I wanted to help him. So if the world collapses and crumbles, I'm really manifesting him to be the president, which he's a young guy, you never know, but he's happy with his new wife and his life, and he's a wonderful person. And if we pull this off and get famous, we're all going to go to Hawaii. I had a dream that we all went to Hawaii, the congressman and wife, and Jesse and wife, and Joshy and probably a girlfriend, and Jacob and wife, and Jeff and wife, and Stacy and Shane. Because Shane's going to be my little travel buddy, because he loves me. He really does love me, even though we're not probably right together in a relationship, and we still have a lot of growing to do. But if I was to go on a world book tour, which is the aim, I would want to travel with Shane. Or if Joshy was single and he wanted to travel with me, he's welcome. But Shane, if Shane is, if our life turns out to be like we're famous celebrities and we go on world book tours and stuff, like, I'm gonna be probably with Shane in a serious way, which I'm a little nervous about being serious with anybody because of my schizophrenia. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't, if I get distracted with other love stories, which it happens, and it could probably hurt his feelings, but I give him a lot of love stories. He has a lot of literature from Stacy's true love that she has for Shane.